Good morning. Goeiemôre aan die ander 43. The fact that I enjoy the most about the 44 jokes is the fact that I'm sure most of the jokes that I've heard, even Charlize will be able to still laugh at. If there's a way to remind someone about their roots, it's to make them laugh about their roots, I think. Yeah man, there's no... Yeah man, what is it? Anyways, I chose this spot this morning because I don't have time to wait for the light to fully come out, and I think this is where the bad light, where I can use the bad light to its best. I don't even want to talk too much because it's just here the river. Anyways, the flows at Prieska and at Uppington and Augrabies and Blowpits is more or less the same. In other words, we've reached the peak. It's quite a wide peak of about 4,000 cubic. Blowpits is showing 4,200, but I think that's well, I don't know where the anomaly is anymore, or where the wrong measurements are. But let's not dwell on that. The height here is a lot lower than what we would have expected for 4,000 cubic. It's lower than the 3,800 of last year, so whether it's the reading, or whether it's just because the river is open from previous floods and flowing faster, we don't know. A couple of things. First of all, I have to say, the Canon Island Bridge is still open. And that's only because the Boermakeplan in Genade. They packed sandbags around the edges of the levee where water was flowing in. That stopped the erosion of that levee, but that levee was built immensely strong. I was there when they started building it. I put a video up of the building of it in last year, and it was done with huge rocks and then gravel and compacted gravel in, so it's not just a pile of sand or dirt. It was actually built to be a levee. The other thing that I have to inform you about is Augrabies has closed the forward viewing points near the main falls. Anita confirmed that for me. She went there. For her it's a quite short drive. It's a bit of a walk to get to the other viewing points where she took this footage for us. But she can confirm that they have indeed closed the forward viewing points. Now at 4,000 cubic, that is probably the wise thing to do. The problem is not that the water has covered all the viewing points. The problem is that the waterfall dropping down into the gorge causes an updraft, which causes water to come up. There are some streams that flow through the walkways to the viewing points. That also makes it dangerous. When they will open it, I don't know. Probably around 3,500, between 3,500 and 3,000 cubic, they'll probably open it again. Hopefully 3,500, which will be roughly next weekend. No, not next weekend. Where are we now? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Probably around Sunday, Monday, there around. What I wanted to say is why I'm here is the low light. But why low light only? Because we are harvesting and I'm working about 13 or so hours a day, and I don't have time for editing because the couple of hours I have in the evening, Eskom cuts the power, so I'm limited to what I can do. Then answering a couple of questions. First of all, the baboons. Don't worry too much about the baboons. They've got a big island, they've got lots of food, they'll be fine. The second most frequent question is where exactly am I? Let me show you where I am. You take the South African outline, take the Orange River, follow it down to where the Namibian border starts. You see this indentation into South Africa where the river goes a bit south. move to the western side of that, where the river goes back from south to north, that little bit. This is where the dates are, and this is where the pump station is. Oh, the Baboon Island, let's call it Baboon Island. That's the Baboon Island. You can see it's quite large. Then the third most frequently asked question in recent times, but also from older videos, I mean, I started making videos in 2011, and one of the most frequently asked questions of all times is show farming activities. The problem with showing farming activities is I'm in management on the farm, and if I was to show farming activities, it will absolutely be part of the farming operation in which I show it, and there's the possibility of having a conflict of interests if I do it. So I'm not saying I will never do it, but before I can actually do it, I need to clear up some things, and I haven't been able to do that. So it'll have to wait. I'll show you what I can show you, but that is, again, it's a time thing. Let's take a minute to just enjoy the river. Anyway, it's about time I get a move on. You have to realize that I know the popularity of my videos is going to go down again as the flood recedes. That's the way it's been in the previous 2 floods, and I find that acceptable. I want to grow the channel because I enjoy making the videos, but I don't want to make the channel something that it's not going to be, that I'm not going to enjoy doing. So in the time when there's no flood, interest wanes because I follow my other hobbies, and those other hobbies are not as interesting to everyone as this one is, but that's fine. I'm not going to make videos just for the sake of making videos. I make videos because I enjoy making videos and I enjoy the end result of it. I have to say, you will have noticed that you see some ads either in the beginning or end of some of my videos, and that's simply because I monetize some of them to play with YouTube. Playing with YouTube and with the channel is part of what I enjoy about it, and it's made me a little bit of money, not enough to cover the cost of the equipment that I've bought to make the videos, but who knows, if I get something in, I might get a drone. I've been thinking about that, but I don't want to just throw money at the channel. We'll see what it develops into, and as long as I enjoy it, and as long as Milo enjoys it, and it's not too much of a burden for the rest of my We'll keep on making them. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Question, just been thinking, it just popped into my head. Which has a more hypnotic effect on you? Flowing water or a fire? Specifically a campfire.